Hey. Okay. Hey, Jamil. Squad in the house. Okay. Shawan. Hey, friend. Hello. Hello. It's so good to see you. Hi, Simone. I'm going to give folks a little time to hop on. Hope y'all ready to have some conversation. We're going to talk about apologies. Hey, Jana. I'm so glad that you could join. It's good to see you, but not. Thank you. So, just a couple of things. While I'm just going to give a few more folks some time to hop on. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Hi, Ingrid. Biloxi House is Biloxi High is in the house. Yes. Just a little bit of housekeeping, guys. If this is your first time joining, please be sure, if you haven't already, to like and follow for more updates. There are, I think there are, there are two pages. Well, there's a Facebook, a Random But Not page. There's a Random But Not group. And for those of you who are on Instagram, there is a Random But Not Instagram page. So be sure to subscribe on or follow and like and share and join in all the places. And secondly, you may see somewhere on your screen a button that says share or share now. If you care to, if you think there's anyone out there in your Facebook world that might be interested in joining this conversation, then definitely click that button. It will share the live feed. And yeah, everyone's welcome. We are just giving folks a little bit more time to log on. For those of you who are joining on, definitely like and share this video. I'm really hoping for some great conversation because this topic is it's a good one. I'm going to go ahead and start with a little recap of the first video. So the first live, we talked a little bit about life lessons and it is what it is. And if any of you have ever experienced someone or know someone who sort of does the whole, it is what it is, I said what I said, period, and what that means, what it communicates, essentially that they're done with the conversation, and basically what you're talking about is neither here nor there for them. And what does that feel like on the receiving end? So it was a really good conversation. I encourage those of you who are interested to definitely catch the full video you can find it on the Facebook page or in the Facebook group. Something that I did not mention, just a little caveat that I'd like to mention now, is the bulk of that. When someone says it is what it is, I said what I said, oftentimes for those of you, you can imagine it's coming from kind of a negative It's not really a warm and fuzzy place. But there are times when subscribing to it is what it is a positive thing. And, when you are looking to be authentic in the interest of self advocacy, self care, when you are trying to communicate, this is my perspective, and it's okay that you disagree. You may not understand, but I just ask that you accept it. In those moments, in those cases, it's definitely okay. And hopefully, there are people out there in the world who have that confidence to be their authentic self, and in a manner that doesn't diminish other people. I think that's the caveat, right? So, because you can't really take back what you say. Once it's out there, you can't take back the hurtful words once they're out there, which brings us to this evening's topic: apologies, the importance of apologies, how to recognize a genuine apology. What does that even look like? What does that feel like? I don't know if there's any of you who have ever, I know, right, Simone? Have you ever felt you have had a conversation, it was an intense conversation with someone, and you felt at the end of the conversation, you were due a bit of an apology, something that they said was hurtful or, what have you, and they just refused to give you an apology for one reason or another. Or maybe you're still waiting on an apology from several years ago. Someone just never gave you that apology and you feel that you were owed that apology to this day. Like, it happens, right? What do you do with those feelings? How do you navigate that? Well, this evening we're talking more so about the overview of the importance of an apology, but stay tuned for parts 2 and 3, where we will be talking about how to deliver a genuine apology and how to receive a genuine apology. So let's talk a little bit about, what do apologies represent? Why do they matter so much? According to Merriam-Webster, the definition of an apology is an admission of error or discourtesy accompanied by an expression of regret. An admission of error or discourtesy accompanied by an expression of regret. And basically, there are two good parts to an apology, a genuine apology. Saying the words, I did it, I'm sorry, I hurt you. And that little bridge from the person receiving the apology to them feeling that the apology was genuine, which is where the expression of regret comes in. So, an admission of error or discourtesy, what might that look like? When someone is looking to apologize, what does that look like? Well, it could look like a step of fairness, that involves a personal cost to the person who hurt someone. It's kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of unfair for someone that may proclaim to care about you to leave you feeling hurt after you've said, listen, what you said I wasn't comfortable with, and they just don't do anything. They don't feel inclined to apologize or address your feelings. It's kind of unfair. It's hurtful, right? And so in the process of apologizing, the admission of error or discourtesy involves them letting go of their ego and pride. There's a bit of humility that's involved in that, and taking responsibility of what they did, saying the words, I apologize, I did it, I'm sorry. Apologies also give some relief to the person that you hurt. It validates their feelings. It's really on the receiving end. I don't know if anyone can relate, but on the receiving end, when you feel that, when your feelings have been hurt and you feel that you're due an apology and you're trying to express, well, it was when you said A, B, and C, this hurt my feelings, or this left me feeling uncomfortable, and they just don't validate. They don't say, I hear you, or they try to give you all kinds of explanations and all of these excuses and justifications, when really all you're looking for is for someone to just acknowledge that those feelings happened. My hurtful actions resulted in your feelings. And so that validating is important in an apology. Apologies also show a willingness to resolve. If you think about it, apologies show that the other person may be open to change. Maybe now they are willing to be a better them moving forward. Maybe they're open now to hearing what hurt you, hearing and acknowledging your pain, and they're willing to resolve the issue together. So, quick little poll. Which statement is not true of apologies, would you all say? Apologies are most important because A, they show a person's remorse about hurting someone. B, they provide some relief to the person who was hurt. Or C, they allow everyone to forgive and forget. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Type in the chat A, B, and C, or C. We have a couple. Jamil says C. Simone, Ingrid say C. Apologies, which are not true. That's a good guess. Very good guess. And you would be right. A and B. Hey, Brian. Okay. Here you go, Queen in the house. Love my HBCUs. I digress. Random. So you're absolutely right. C is not true. We just talked a little bit about, how apologies allow someone to show remorse, and how it shows a person, it allows a person to receive some relief from having been hurt. But if you think about it, apologies aren't really, when you think about apologies actually happening, everybody's got to be in an apology specific place. Somebody's got to be ready to apologize. Someone's got to be ready to receive or forgive the apology. And everyone's not always in the same place at the same time. And apologies, the goal of an apology, common misconception, is not to get an instant forgiving nod. Apologies don't often happen. Not often. Sometimes they don't happen quickly. They don't happen on the spot. And we'll talk a little bit about what that is. But good guess, guys. Nice. So let's move on a little bit to the expression of regret. We talked a little bit about the admission of error or discourtesy, which was the I'm sorry, I did it, I hurt you, I'm sorry. And now we're talking about the expression of regret. What might that look like? Well, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on now, Jamil says for her, apologies are empty words without actions. That's a good one. It's really unfortunate that sometimes that's the whole thing. That's why I wanted to do this, because apologies can definitely, there's a connection. It's two parts. People say I apologize all the time. Well, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. That's right, Jamil. That's right. You have to atone. You can't do the offense again. You're absolutely right. Yes, ma'am, Jamil. I think that When we're talking about an expression of regret, part of not doing the offense again, like Jamil mentioned, that is one way for the person on the receiving end to have that bridge of, okay, I see the effort, I see that maybe they mean it. you know it starts with the saying the words and then showing the acknowledgement of error and the potential for change. When you show others that you have regret, it humanizes you. It's kind of like the general, please and thank you, and how that goes a long way. When there is a sincere apology made, people, their walls come down, and you're able to take a sigh of relief. Okay, maybe they get it. They acknowledge my feelings. I feel validated. I feel heard. And so maybe we can now resolve the issue and move on. It's that moment where the person on the receiving end that was hurt can feel that because how you've chosen to apologize, you've shown some humility. You've shown that your sincere regret carries meaning for you. It hurts me that I hurt you. That was not, I don't ever want to hurt you. I don't ever want to leave you feeling uncomfortable or what have you. And those kinds of words during the apology, when you're able to sort of expound, it's more than just the words of an apology. This is why I apologize. Showing an admission of your own error, that it's important to you. Moving forward, I will ask ahead of time. I will do this to make sure that I don't make this mistake again. Verbalizing that so that they can hear that you understand the error of your ways, and that we have a plan moving forward, that this won't happen again. And something that's often missed when you think about apologies is that they often serve as a necessary catalyst to help facilitate someone's healing and forgiveness process. Apologies are not for the apologizer. Apologies, the person doing the apologizing, they may gain from it. They may feel, woo, that's a load off my back. I got that. I'm ready to move on. I did my part. It's now up to them to accept, which is true. But the apology itself is for the person who was hurt. And it is a catalyst to help facilitate their healing and forgiveness process. So we talked about a couple of things this evening. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. The definition of an apology is two parts: the admission of error and discourtesy, and the acknowledgement of regret. There are just a couple of takeaways I'd like you all to hold on to. The first one is apologizing allows a step toward fairness and involves, personal cost or a show of humility, accountability, and expression of regret by the person who hurt you. Apologies also give some relief to the person that you hurt by validating their feelings. That moment where you can provide them a bridge that I meant it when I said I'm sorry, that moment. And then finally, apologies serve as a catalyst to facilitate a person's healing process. Person's healing process looks very different. It doesn't always happen quickly, but when you genuinely, when a person receives a genuine or sincere apology, it allows their walls to come down, and it allows them to feel that, okay, this feels better. I feel that this is a starting point, and we can resolve the issue moving forward, depending on what it was. Any thoughts? I'm going to go ahead and leave you all with just a little bit of this in the closing. Please remember to like, share, follow all the random but not pages and groups and things. And I have just a little announcement. So, random but not, the Facebook group is going private at midnight this evening. And so, for those of you, if you have not yet joined the group, for those of you who join, let's see, 10 people. For the first 10 who join the Random But Not Facebook group, will get free hotel accommodations. The first 10 who join by midnight tonight will get free hotel accommodations to some exotic place. You won't be disappointed. There are over, well, I'll keep that. You got to join the group. That's a little tidbit there. But yes, for the first 10, definitely. If you've not already, definitely join by midnight. And now, for those who are already members of the Random But Not Facebook group, you have automatically been entered into a giveaway that will start in October for bi-monthly drawing. So there are multiple chances to win, and everyone has an opportunity for free hotel accommodations to some faraway land. And don't worry, I know we're in the midst of, pandemic and whatnot. Nice. Simone is joining now. Yes, y'all definitely be sure you have until midnight. That said, I want to say thank you again for tuning in. I appreciate everyone who hopped on. I have tons of things in the works, which is where the group is going. Hey, Latoya. Hey, girl. Hey. That's why we're going to take this show private so that we can give an exclusive and unique experience to everyone. So thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned. You guys have a good night.